ओम श्री गणेशाय नमः। ओम श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः। ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। ओम समस्त जन कल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्। ॐ मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम्। ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणी। After imparting the highest vision of oneness to Arjuna, Sri Krishna, inspiring him to get out of his comfort zone of wrong notions through even means that sometimes feel very silly, like what will people think, what will people say, even employing those kind of means to shake Arjuna up and kind of forcing him to get out of that intellectual inertia. Bhagavan Shri Krishna said, equanimity of mind has to be attained. And for that, one way is the vision of oneness, which is attained through knowledge of the self, knowledge of my true identity. And the other means for those who are not yet ready to gain that knowledge is the path of dedicated action, called here as Buddhi Yoga. So Bhagavan Shri Krishna said, so far I have talked to you about knowledge, now I will talk to you about that kind of action which will help you to prepare yourself to gain that supreme knowledge through which you get the vision of oneness, through which the mind becomes equanimous. So this path of knowledge also is leading to equanimity of mind at the preparatory level and through the knowledge ultimately at the final level. So here in the discussion, Sri Krishna has been talking about this great path, and it is not something that he has himself brought out, but based on the scriptures only. He says that this is most suitable for majority of people. And when he is saying majority of people, like Arjuna means it is applicable to all of us, because Arjuna is our representative. So, what is this path? So, before getting into that, Bhagavan has already mentioned about this. There are no limitations, there is no pressure, there is no fear, which we see otherwise in the ritualistic worship. So there is a lot of freedom, there is a lot of flexibility. However, we should not consider this flexibility as an option. There is a difference between option and flexibility. When there are options, the mind gets scattered. When there is flexibility, the mind is at ease and is able to focus on whatever the mind has to do and wants to achieve. So this path gives a lot of flexibility, unlike the very orthodox ritualistic path where there is very little flexibility. And one has to follow those rules. One may question, what is the use of those ritualistic activities? Why should they perform if it is not even little bit flexible? So that has its place. That has its place for those people who have desires. It is available for them as a path. For example, we say that studying medicine is a very rigorous course. It is difficult, it is a long term. You have to study a lot, understand a lot, and lot of practical experiences required. Only then one becomes a doctor. It is very difficult. And this, the doctor and the engineer are talking to each other. The engineer told the doctor, what is the difference between you and me? Both of us repair engines. You repair car engine, I repair human body engine, heart, etc. So what is the difference? But people respect you more than they respect me. Why is this difference in the society? So that time the doctor smilingly said, try repairing the engine when the car is on, when the ignition is on. Then you will understand what the difference is. Very difficult, very difficult. Now when we say it is very difficult path, and then if you study some other course, it is comparatively easy for majority of people. So we cannot question, just because the other path is easy and another course is easy, why is there a medical college in the world? We should close down. Why? Because it is very difficult. That is not the point. If I don't want to become a doctor, I don't need to go to a medical college. That does not mean medical college is not required. If it is too difficult for me, you choose something that you can do which is in line with your goal. But that does not mean that the other path can be closed down. So rituals have their place and it is important. At the same time, when we are talking about this path of dedicated action, Buddhi Yoga, then we have to understand that it is not about ease, but it is about how the mind can reach that equanimity even through action. So what is this process, or what is this thing? So he says that when the mind is equanimous, it is single pointed. And through this path it can be achieved. Whereas if it is not, it is scattered. So therefore, he advised in the last verse that we saw, verse number 45, Bhagavan advised Arjuna that, dear Arjuna, please understand, this Veda are replete with so many ritualistic guidelines, and they are all filled with desires and fulfillment of desires, actions and their results. And whatever is promised, yes, you will get. But the advice for you, O Arjuna, is go beyond these desires, go beyond this action and its results. So, the language that was used was, the Vedas prescribe actions which are in the framework of the three gunas. So, three gunas, Actions also are in the framework of three gunas, and the results also can be in the framework of three gunas. And all this is elaborated in the 14th chapter, 17th chapter, 18th chapter. This topic is taken up in detail. Here, in brief, he is saying that you understand that Veda is filled with all these guidelines which are in the framework of the three gunas, where if you have a desire, you can fulfill it with legitimate means. That is good. But for you, he says, Nistrai Gunyo Bhava Arjuna. Hey Arjuna, you go beyond these three gunas. Means don't work for just fulfillment of desire. You go beyond these three gunas, the demands of the three gunas, both actions and results. Does that mean that I should not act at all? No, keep acting, but not for the sake of getting something out of it. So here, how can we achieve that? The path was also shown. Atmavan, having control over oneself. Niryoga Kshemaha Bhava means don't worry about gaining and managing or protecting. Then Nitya Sattvasto Bhava, ever remain in Sattva Guna. So even if it is a Rajasic or Tamasic activity, do it with a Sattvic frame of mind. And finally, Nirdvandvo Bhava, go beyond these pairs of opposites. Then nothing can trouble you, nothing can influence you, nothing can affect you, and that is what is called as you are beyond the three gunas. Now the question after listening to such a discourse is, Bhagavan, I understand what you are saying, that this Veda and the ritualistic portion of the Veda is talking about various actions and its results, and whoever wants the results can perform those actions. Now, if you say that I want equanimity of mind, I don't want these results, then why should I perform actions at all? I don't need to act at all. Now, I don't need to act at all in Arjuna's context. What does that mean? In Arjuna's context, what does that mean? I don't have to fight. Because I don't want any result. Because that is not my aim. My aim is what? I want to be peaceful. So therefore, no need to act. That is the conclusion I draw out of it. Because what did you say? Vedas are replete with all these different actions and their results. And you go beyond these results. You go beyond these three gunas. You go beyond these desires. Now, I don't desire any such result. Therefore, I don't need to act at all. It sounds like a very logical conclusion of this instruction. Very logical. But to answer this, Bhagavan is saying, yes, you may not need action, but when? Or rather, who does not need to act? Who does not need to follow the scriptures, and who needs to follow the scriptures? So here he is clarifying that, giving a very beautiful example in verse number 46. So he says, Yavanartha udapane Sarvatah samplutodake Tavan sarveshu vedeshu Brahmanasya vijanatah. He says, the example is, there are many water bodies with a limited boundary, like there may be a well, there may be a small pond, there may be a tank. So there are different water bodies, and it has its purpose. It serves some purpose to the community, to the society, to the people living around. So there is a village and there is a well in the village, or there is a pond in the village. So they use that. So that water is used for bathing, for drinking, for washing, for cooking. All this different utility is there for whether it is well or pond or wherever. A water body which is limited, Now, the water in the water body is useful for the community for various purposes, yes. But let us say there is torrential rains. The whole area gets flooded. There is water not just in the well, it is overflowing from the well. It is everywhere, even in the homes of people. Everywhere, roads cannot be seen, no grounds can be seen, no homes can be seen, no vehicles can be seen, no wells or ponds or lakes can be seen. Everything is as though like a deluge, everything is submerged in water. At that time, when it is all flooded, do we see people taking some pots on the head, wading through the water? Where are you going? I am going to the well. For what? To get some water. To do what? To take home so that I can use that for bathing, cooking, etc. What is the use of a well or a pond when it is flooded all around? Bhagavan says, similar is the use of this ritualistic worship for those who have gone beyond desires, the one who has known oneself. So, the person of knowledge, for that person, not needed. So, here, what is the analogy? The ponds are like the various rituals which are prescribed in the Vedas. It has its limitation, it has its result, its utility also. But for a person of knowledge, it is like the whole place is flooded with water. So, in that water floods, the well is also included. So, I don't have to go to the well, I don't have to go to the pond to fetch water, it is everywhere. So, what I want to gain through that ritual is available without it also, just by the vision of knowledge. So, what does this mean? What it means is, Arjuna, when you gain that supreme vision, then you don't have to do anything, no action required. But in order to prepare yourself for that knowledge, action is needed. It is a very practical thing, and that Bhagavan mentions in the third chapter also, because all this is elaborated further. Practical thing is, when, for example, let us say we are hungry. When will we reach the state of not needing to eat? I don't want to eat or I don't need to eat. That state will be achieved when? After I eat. So, through eating only I reach the state of no eating. Through doing only I reach a state of no doing. So, if I want to go beyond actions and their results, what is the means? Act. Oh, but then if I just act, then I get results. You only said then I will just keep on going round and round, which just now you said. So what is that? I said that is why, Arjuna, this Buddhi Yoga is different. It is not just performing rituals for the sake of going to heaven, and you go to heaven, exhaust all your punya, come back here, again do more rituals, go back. This cycle is not what it is intended to. Then what is it? It is preparing you for that knowledge, and that state of mind you will get out of this Buddhi Yoga. Now, Bhagavan, you have, created so much of curiosity and interest in me. Now, please tell me what it is. It is too much. Because so much of publicity he has done. This is like this is like this, no problem, everything is good, everything. Okay, but tell me what it is. So now finally, Bhagavan says, now comes what it is. And this is a very, very popular verse among people who are familiar with Gita. So we'll read verse number 47. कर्मण्येवाधिकारस्ते मा फलेषु कदाचन मा कर्मफलहेतुर्भूः मा ते सङ्गोऽस्त्वकर्मणि. Can we all chant together? कर्मण्येवाधिकारस्ते मा फलेषु कदाचन मा कर्मफलहेतुर्भूः मा ते सङ्गोऽस्त्वकर्मणि. This is a very popular verse, and when something is popular, it is also misunderstood the most. Karmani eva adhikarahate. We'll first see the words and the meanings, and then we'll little bit think over it. Te, for you, adhikaraha. Adhikara means generally it is translated as right. Your right is karmani eva, in action. Ma bhaleshu kadachana, never in the result. In this verse also, this first line is more popular. Many people don't know the second line also. They say, I know that shloka. What is that? Karmanyavadikaraste. Okay, say further. Ma bhaleshu kadachana. That much. After that, what is there? The verse, the rest of the verse. Oh, there is some more also. Yeah. Ma karma phala heturbuhu ma te sangosto karmani. But this much everybody knows. Karmanyavadikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana. So your right is in action and never in the result. Okay. Now, how is it interpreted? What kind of misunderstandings we have? We say, which means that the employer reads this verse and tells all the employees, come for work. Karmani eva adhikarahate. Your right is in only action. Come work for me. And when it's the time for pay, ma bhaleshu kadachana, you won't get anything in result. Why? Because you don't have any right to that. So this is interpreted like that also sometimes, and then this is not practical, and we dismiss it off without understanding that we are right. That is our misunderstanding that is making it impractical. Otherwise, it is the most practical, and it is not even a doctrine or some advice. It is stating a fact. That's all. It is not advice to anybody. It is just reminding us, please think and understand, this is the fact, this is how it works. Action alone, never in the result. The second line also says, Ma karma phala heturbuhu. Don't act just keeping the result in your mind. Intent on the results alone. No, don't be like that. And mate sangostu akarmani. And never you be attached to inaction. So now let us see this very interesting way of analysis. And how is it in line with whatever Bhagavan has said? This in short, in a nutshell, is called Karma Yoga. Little bit more is elaborated here in this chapter itself, 1 or 2 verses more. And after that, the third chapter is full elaboration of this verse only. Karma Yoga. Okay, so what is this? So that which was referred to as Buddhi Yoga is Karma Yoga. Okay, there is no two different things. Why Karma Yoga is called Buddhi Yoga by Bhagavan? Because actually it is a change in the attitude more than the action per se. But because we are relating it to action, therefore it is popularly known as Karma Yoga. The third chapter speaks the language using the word Karma Yoga. Second chapter refers to the same thing as Buddhi Yoga. So here, Karmani eva adhikarahate ma phaleshu kadachana ma karma phala heturbuhu mate sangosto karmani. There are 4 statements made here. What are the 4 statements? Your right is only in action, never in the result. Don't become intent only on the result of action, and never be attached to inaction. Four things. Now let us think. The first instruction that we need to take from this, if we call it as an instruction, is Ma te sangostu akarmani. Don't get attached to inaction. That is the first thing we have to understand. Because as a natural state for us, what we choose is that which is convenient to us. So, this famous question of to do or not to do, it did not come from Shakespeare. It has come much before that. It is human question. It's a question of humanity, the human race. And to do or not to do is never actually a valid question. Why? Because a person naturally will choose not to do. Why? Provided the result you are giving without doing also. You send me the pay without coming for work, I will choose that. You don't have to do anything. I will send you monthly pay to your account. Will anybody show up? Who is there to go to the office for that? No, I am getting it. It is only that action and result are tied with each other, therefore we show up. Same way, if students are promised good grades without studying, which student is going to study? One little boy was asked, how do you like your school? He said, closed. Because that's how I like my school. I don't like it when it is on and I have to go and study and all. So may I never get attached to inaction, because not doing should not be an option. See, option was told, never give an option to oneself. We should never give an option to ourselves. That there is an option of not doing. No, there is no such option. Do, we must. Act, we must. Work, we must. There is no such option like we are not doing. Because even when we think we are not doing anything, something is being done. And that something may not be something that I want the result of. For example, what is action? First, let us define, then it will be clear in this verse. What is action? Now, there are various definitions, technical definitions and all those. We are not going into those things. Puja Guruji makes this very, very simple. What is action? He says, doing which one gets tired is called action. That which exhausts. वो जो थका दे वो कर्म है. Simple definition. Now, if we think about it, what is it? Now, what all will be included in action? What are you doing? I am doing nothing. Is it what nothing? I am sitting. Oh, no, nothing. I am just sitting. Okay, sitting. Sit. Keep sitting. Even if you are seated on the most comfortable chair, after some time, maybe even if you are seated for a few hours also, let us say, even if you sleep also on that chair, seated, but after some time, when that person wants to get up, he says, no, keep sitting, keep sitting. I am tired of sitting now. Tired means what? Karma. It is not nothing. We are not doing nothing. Karma. So what are you doing this weekend? Nothing, just watching TV. Huh? Okay, keep watching. After some time, I am tired of watching TV. Huh? So it is not nothing. We are doing something. What are you doing every evening? What do you do? I go and listen. Keep listening. Thank God, 8 o'clock it gets over. Otherwise, torture. I get tired. The speaker does not get tired. I don't know how, but then anybody who gets a mic in front of and a captivated audience never gets tired. So, but listening, we get tired. So that is also action. Sometimes I'm doing nothing, I'm just lying down, keep lying down. After some time, I'll get tired. No, sleeping. Okay, sleeping, keep sleeping. At some point, we will get up and say, now I don't want to sleep, I'm tired of sleeping. If we look at it, constantly some or the other action is happening. Sometimes when we say that, no, I am doing nothing, I feel that I am lazy and I am sitting, but that sitting is not something for which the result of which I really want. And this is what is happening now. I am sitting, I am comfortable, and when I live like that, I think I am not doing anything. Not doing anything should not give me any result. But some action is happening in that so-called not doing also. What is it? I am sitting, eating, sitting, eating, sitting. And what happens? What is the result? My Madhya Pradesh keeps growing. Slowly I become all pervasive. And I can't realize the all pervading consciousness, so I am trying to become all pervasive through my body. Result is there. Result is there means action is happening. So something or the other keeps happening even if we are not actively doing it. Therefore, it is said, Mate Sangostu Akarmani, the first step is give up tamoguna. See, Nistray Gunyo Bhava is said, Atmavan, control your senses, don't get into this pleasure indulgence. That is so nice. I'm just going to lie down, I'm going to sleep, I'm going to keep sitting, I'm not going to do anything. Don't get attached to that laziness, don't get attached to that sedentary life. So this is the first. Nowadays, doctors have to say this to us. Mate Samgostu Akarmani. Any problem, we go to the doctor. Doctor, I am having this problem. They'll say lifestyle problem. There's a lifestyle issue. If you continue like that, your liver will slowly go away, and slowly kidneys will have more load. Will have slowly one organ will start failing. Don't scare me, doctor. Then what should I do? Mate Samgostu Akarmani. Don't keep sitting. Walk every day. Have some fit schedule for fitness. Do something every day. And then New Year's is coming. New Year resolution. I am going to exercise every day. Which gym should I join? Actually, all the gyms all over the world earn in the month of January. For the whole year. After that, they don't need any more business. And they overbook themselves because it's going to be a problem only for 1 week where it will be crowded. After that, 2 people are going to come. Rest all will come weekly and then slowly monthly. And then after that, next year they will call. Okay, what about your membership? Are you renewing? No, this year we have a special offer and we will be after you to do it. I need to do it. New Year resolution. Again, go, join. Sankalpa. So, Mate Sangostu Akarmani. One man bought a treadmill. He put one mattress on top of it, one pillow, lay down and slept. Somebody said, what are you doing this? And my doctor has said to spend at least 2 hours every day on the treadmill. So I am religiously following that. So not in akarma, to act, do something, move your body, exercise. Mate goes to akarmani. Because some or the other action is going to happen. So don't get attached to inaction. This is a very important thing. Otherwise, this tamoguna is very easy. It will overpower us very easily. The first instruction, don't get attached to sangha. Sangha means attachment. I like this only. And especially even when we are the so-called progress in any corporate or in an office or something, what is progress? Do less and less, earn more and more. That is kind of, what is that? Is the definition of promotion or progress. No, he has gone ahead in his career, he has achieved so much in his career. Means what? He has to do less and less, and he's paid more and more. And because of that, somehow the lifestyle also changes. This is don't get attached to it. You may be demanded to do less and less of physical work, but roll up your sleeves and get your hands dirty. It is important. So, Mate Sangostva Karmani. This is the instruction for getting out of tamoguna. This inertia. It's very important. And may I not settle down anywhere. And this inertia is not just physical in nature. Physical, of course, we understand the most, but even intellectual inertia. We are not engaged in even any intellectual activity. Thinking, very difficult. What does this verse say? Think. Why don't you tell us, You have studied, You know what it is. Why do you ask us to think? Good, very difficult. That is intellectual inertia. And that is also dangerous. I am just comfortable. So that is why it is said success lies outside of your comfort zone. The comfort zone is whether it is intellectual comfort zone, emotional comfort zone, social comfort zone, physical comfort zone, any comfort zone. We have to push ourselves out of it. That is what is Mate Sangostu Akarmani. Don't settle down in any comfort zone at any level. Otherwise, it becomes very difficult. So we have to put in effort to push ourselves out. If we are finding that we are settling down in a pattern, change it. Even in our sadhana, sometimes this happens. Sometimes the sadhana becomes so mechanical. We are sitting and doing japa, and suddenly the japa became mechanical. Over. You did japa? Yeah, I think I sat down. Yeah. I don't even remember I did japa or not. So mechanical. So I have to push myself out. Means be alert. Be alive. Don't settle down. It is so comfortable. Even our day-to-day activities, it is very important that we use. If we are right-handed, try and use your left hand once in a while. Maybe once in a week, once in 15 days. It's a good way of getting out of comfort zone. Try and brush teeth with the opposite hand. That day the mouth will feel bad because you will keep on hurting somewhere because you don't know how to move the hand. When you are bathing also, we find that certain movements we use only the same hand, we don't do the opposite. If you have to reach our back, we will use only the right hand. Try the left hand, it will not go there. Push it once in a while. I don't know, I never knew. We become more alert. Our mind comes to the present when we are not in the comfort zone. When we settle into the comfort zone, the mind wanders away to the past or the future. This is a very, very important aspect. When we are in a new place, unknown totally, no, I don't know people, I don't know the place, I don't know anything, I don't know the local culture, tradition, nothing I know, and suddenly I'm put there. Then mind is very alert, observant, everything. And then once that familiarity comes, then where is that alertness gone? Because now I know. I know everything. I know people. I know the culture. So settle down, became comfortable. So never settle into a comfort zone. And sometimes the world will not help us in moving out of our comfort zone. In fact, the world will push us into our comfort zone. The world will want us to be in our comfort zone. And that is what is a norm. What does everyone say? After studies, a youngster, what should he or she do? Get married and get settled in life. But settled is very important. That doesn't mean that we don't settle down. But the point is, in our day-to-day life, we can do things to keep pushing ourselves out of our comfort zone. In various things, in various ways. If we are keeping the company of the same type of people, then there's nothing new we learn. For a king, it is said, if the ministers always agree with the king, then the king is in great danger. Because nobody is going to say anything different. There is no different thinker. And that is why for a saint, the saint always prays that he gets the company of those who censure him, who criticize him. May I be in a place where everybody criticizes me. Why? That is a means to growth. Mate sangostu akarma. I don't settle down anywhere in any comfort zone. So first, no tamoguna. Don't settle down. Don't get attached to inaction. Act, we must. Okay. Okay, so I am ready to act. But how should I act? So first, the thing is, what should I not do? Ma karma phala heturbuhu. Don't act prompted by selfish desires. Don't evaluate every action or every opportunity with the thought, what will I get? Because often this is the only evaluation we have. What am I going to get? What is my gain? I should come for satsang. What will I get there? This, Bhagavad Gita. It is very Bhagavad Gita. That was 5,000 years ago. What will we get from that today? I don't want to waste my time. Then what are you going to do? Might as well watch that serial, TV show. At least I'll be up to date. Otherwise, I'll have to catch up on the repeat telecast tomorrow. Anyway, I watch the repeat telecast for revision. But at least I'll be up to date. I can talk to my friends over phone what happened today in the serial. So Bhagavad Gita, what am I going to get? So sometimes what am I going to get deters us from doing the right thing also. Because our understanding is limited. And what we want is something so petty that even if something great is promised, we have no sense of appreciating it. So you say, oh, I will not get this. There's a very beautiful story. After this Narsimha avatar happened and all, and then Prahlad was blessed, and Prahlad was made the king. And Bhagavan said that you rule because the subjects, the country needs a good ruler because they have suffered so much under Hiranyakashipu. So now a new era has to be born. You rule justly, and then later on I will only come to take you. So as promised, after Prahlad ruled for many years, Bhagavan himself came and said, come, I am taking you to Vaikuntha. Okay. So Prahlad said, and he was a true devotee. Even when he was a small child, his prayer to Bhagavan was, Bhagavan, I don't want anything. Why? Because you are there for me. So I don't need anything from you. I don't want to ask anything. But if at all you insist that I must ask something, I want to ask for these people because I really feel scared. What will happen to them? Because they are not even thinking about you. They are not even considering you as a part of their life. They are completely ignoring you. What will happen to them? They are inviting so much of suffering. So I am scared for them. Please help them. So this was his attitude right from childhood. A true devotee is always thinking about the welfare of everyone. Samasta jana kalyane niratam. So, uh, when Bhagavan said, "Come, I will take you to Vaikuntha," then Prahlad said, "I am not coming alone." No, Bhagavan has to take him because he has promised. So here Prahlad is saying, "You have promised to take me, but I won't come alone. I refuse to come alone." Then who do you want to take along? He said, "All my subjects, the entire kingdom, I want to take all of them." Bhagavan said, "Okay, you are my devotee. I will listen to whatever you say. I agree. But there is a rule in Vaikuntha." Oh, what is a rule? Only someone who wants to go there will get to go there. Someone who is forcibly taken there will not be able to enter. This is a rule. So you find out if anyone wants to go. So Prahlad ji now immediately he could not find anybody there. So he said, "Who would not want to go?" He said, "You try, at least ask someone. No? Well, let us see. Let us put it to test." So he came out and Bhagavan said, "Come, come, let us leave now soon." He said, "No, wait, Bhagavan. There was some garbage in some corner, and there was a pig in some gutter type of place. This pig was feasting on that garbage." So he said, "Okay, no, other species are not saying, okay, pig is there, let me ask the pig." He went to the pig. "Hey pig, you want to come to Vaikuntha? Let's go. Bhagavan is there to take us." He said, "What Vaikuntha? Where is that?" He said, "Vaikuntha? The abode of Lord Narayana. You don't know what is Vaikuntha? Never mind, I'll tell you. You come and see what I'm telling you. Come yourself to see." "Oh, how will it be like?" "It will be like, whatever you want, everything you will get, and you'll be very happy. Come, at least come." The pig looked up and down. He said, "You'll get everything. You'll get this." So Prahlad ji said, "I don't think this will be available there. I really doubt it. I don't think this garbage will be available in Vaikuntha." The pig said, "Then you go. I don't want to come. I don't want to leave this and come." This is our condition. This is what Bhagavan means by saying "Ma karma phala hetur bhuhu," because what we desire is garbage. And what Bhagavan wants to give us is the highest Vaikuntha. And we are saying, "Will we get this there?" And Bhagavan says, "No, this I don't think we will get." And I say, "Okay, you go. I don't want." This is what we will aspire for, we will work for. And it is said very beautifully, a saint said that think well before asking anything from God, because it will be granted. Not because it may not be granted. The reason is, ask after thinking well, because it will be given to you. So after that, later, much later, when we get some wisdom, some understanding, some maturity, then we understand, oh, what did I ask for? What could I have got? And I wasted it. So many people till date, they keep talking. We met Gurudev. That time we were so young. We didn't know his greatness. What all we could have got in his presence, but we missed. We did not know. So because when we ask for something, it might be something very small, as against what we can get. That is something much more. And as a human being, in the human life, what I can get is the infinite. And what I can conceive of as a desire is only an object which is very, very finite. Therefore, Bhagavan is advising, Ma karma phala hetur bhuhu. Don't act only for the sake of some premeditated result. Because you may get it. And what you could have got would be lost. Don't be intent. And on another way of looking at this is, don't only remain focused on the result. Why? Because these desires for the result, for a particular outcome of the action, I want to attain this, I want to gain this will never keep our mind in the present. Our mind will constantly be in the future. And what is the calculation of the mind? When I get this, I will be happy. When I get this, I will be happy. Means what? I have consciously postponed my happiness. I don't want to be happy now. What is my real desire? I want to be happy here and now. But I have conditioned my mind saying, if I get this, I will be happy future. And whatever I get, that is going to be extremely limited. So that is not going to be the end. There, once I reach that future moment also, I'm not able to enjoy. When I am in that state where I could enjoy the result, that time I am thinking of what next to do so that I get more of this. So I am constantly pushing my happiness to the future. I am not enjoying the present. It is not a wise way of living. Mahakarma phala heturbu. Don't keep your mind always in the future. So even when we are attached to inaction, laziness, that time also the mind does not remain in the present. In the comfort zone, mind wanders away to the past or future. When we are thinking about the results, even then the mind has gone to the future. And sometimes not just the future, it will take reference of the past and say, last time I did this, I got this, so this time also I am doing this, I should get this, and when I get this, then I will be happy. And if my mind is in the future thinking about the result only, then what about the efficiency of my action? My mind is not there in the present at all. Even if it is there, most of the part of my mind is contemplating on the result. So little minimum is there in the present, and in the present when I look at myself, I am not performing properly. I am not doing my best. And obviously when I don't do my best, the result is not going to be the best as expected. And if it is not the best, the happiness that was postponed, that is further postponed. Indefinitely gets postponed, and I never reach that state of happiness. What wisdom is this? And this, if I choose to live like that, that is why Bhagavan is categorically saying, don't do this. Ma karma phala heturbu. Don't be attached to inaction, and don't act only for the fulfillment of selfish desires. And another danger of acting just to fulfill selfish desires is, when an action is performed to fulfill desires, there is a chance, a very, very mighty chance of transgressing all limits. We sometimes employ illegitimate means also because the desire is prompting us, pushing us. So there is no limit. I don't think clearly. I say, even if it is wrong, let me do it. We'll see whenever the result comes. I know I'm doing wrong. Knowingly, I do wrong. Why? Because that desire, that urge, that craving is so strong that I'm not able to stop myself. So that is why here Bhagavan is very clearly saying that don't do it only prompted by selfish desires, because it might lead you to committing crimes. That's how crimes are committed. I want something and I want it so strongly, and I am not getting any legitimate means to fulfill that desire. I go and do things, wrong things, just to fulfill that desire. And by me employing wrong means, it may seem that I am going towards the result intended, but it is not. I am not able to enjoy that result also. So whether I remain within the framework of righteousness or I transgress that frontiers of dharma, whatever happens, I am constantly in the future and I am not efficient, I am not happy, and even in future when that moment arrives, even that time I am not able to enjoy it. And if this becomes a habit, it becomes my nature, then further I have become bound. When somebody says, give up that action, cannot. So many years you have been trying, you have not got what you want. Now leave it. No. This is how things like gambling and all happen. There is a hope. If I win this, then I will. If I win this. And it is generally a rule that if any gain or result is based on luck, it is dangerous. Because anything can happen. When we feel that we are getting anything without effort, then what is happening is I am being consumed. I am not the consumer. That's why somebody very beautifully said that don't get lured by free services, because free services indicates you are the product. People advertise, you will get free internet, free this, free that, free electricity, free. Means what? You are the product. You are the one being sold, because other things are free. You are selling yourself. And once you become a slave of these things, nobody can help us out of that. Ma karma phala heturpuhu. Oh, so I should not get attached to inaction, no laziness, no selfish desire prompted actions, no crimes. So I am away from all this. Then the question comes in, what should I do? So whatever remains should be done. And that is the first line of this verse, which we will see tomorrow. Krishna Krishna Mukunda Janardana, Krishna Krishna Mukunda Janardana, Krishna Govinda Narayana Hare, Krishna Govinda Narayana Hare, Achyutananda Govinda Madhava, Achyutananda Govinda Madhava, Satchidananda Narayana Hare, Satchidananda Narayana Hare, Krishna Krishna Mukunda Janardana, Krishna Krishna Mukunda Janardana, Krishna Govinda Narayana Hare, Krishna Govinda Narayana Hare, Krishna Govinda Narayana Hare, Krishna Govinda Narayana Hare. राधा श्री कृष्ण चंद्र भगवान की जय, श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय। ओम पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरि ओम। श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम।